Everyone congratulated me tonight on my honor, when I guess my honor is to have such an incredible wife. So good evening. My name is Mitch Davidson, and I have the privilege tonight of introducing our next speaker, my wife, Nina Rennert Davidson. The reason Nina is speaking here this evening is because she is the most passionate, articulate, and fearless defender of Israel and the Jewish people that I know. She's proud of her faith, her family, and her history. At a time when so many of us are unfortunately uninformed, embarrassed, or silent when confronted with unfair criticism or hostility. Nina has the clarity to see events and actions for what they really are, and the courage to say it straight to anyone who needs to hear it. We have a piece of art in our home that reads, "What you see is what you get." And it is a motto that we both try to live by. I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Nina is also the most amazing wife, mother, daughter, and sister. She's brilliant and beautiful. She is also my best friend and my greatest blessing. Nina, I am always so proud of you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Nina Davidson.
Thank you to my husband for that introduction. I love you very, very much. I wanted to take a moment to congratulate my fellow honorees, Ambassador Gilad Erdan, Meghan McCain, Davi and Mushkia Fune, and Deborah Messing. And a special thank you to the Algemeiner for their commitment to truth in the news. I also wanted to thank my family and friends for showing up, for supporting me and loving me always. It means the world to me. I am not a politician. I am not a political pundit, so you're probably all wondering why I'm standing here tonight. I am standing here because I am a proud and very loud Jew. You like that one? I am standing here because I need to tell you that anti-Semitism today is not only tolerated, but becoming fashionable. I think that this was most evident during Israel's recent conflict with Hamas in Gaza in the spring of this year. Americans were shocked when gangs of Palestinian youth went around New York, Los Angeles, and other major cities, beating up random Jews. The key to understanding this was that they did not ask people, "Are you Israeli?" They asked, "Are you Jewish?" They did not ask, "Are you a Reform Jew? Are you a conservative Jew?" They asked, "Are you Jewish?" The anti-Jewish hate we see today is nothing new. But what is new is that there are no longer any repercussions for anti-Semitism, and worse, it is accepted and mainstream in our country. Prior to this conflict, Jews in America, we've never had it so good. Overall, we are successful. We sit on the boards of major corporations and museums. We are involved in government, media, and technology. We thought we were safe. However, this spring, many Jews took off their kippahs, tucked away their Magen Davids, and tried to hide all signs of their Jewishness. A recent study showed that 80% of Jewish college students hide their Jewishness in fear. 80%. Is this the America that we want? Jews in America need to wake up. And if this spring didn't do it for you, then the recent attempt in Congress by the Squad to strip funding for the Iron Dome defense system should have done it. Israel is being labeled an apartheid, genocidal nation in the news, on campus, and frankly, across every social media platform. So what does this have to do with Jews in America? Everything. 80% of anti-Semitic posts remain on social media, unlike many other hate posts that are flagged and immediately taken down. Hate crimes against Jews rose 115% since May of 2020. 58% of all religious hate crimes are committed against Jews. I am certain you won't read any of this in the New York Times. The world does not differentiate between Israelis and Jews. We might see ourselves as Americans, but the world sees us as Jews. No matter how successful or how integrated into American life we might be. I want you all to understand that anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism. Thank you. I have heard, as recently as a Shabbat dinner, that just because you're anti-Zionist, it doesn't mean you don't like Jews. Actually, that's exactly what it means. One can criticize a country's policies, sure, but one cannot question whether Jews have a right to their own country and their ancestral homeland. Just for 1 minute, consider the atrocities committed by Iran, Syria, and now unfortunately again in Afghanistan. Where are the global protests or outrage after Syria gasses its own people? When Iran hangs LGBTQ individuals? When women in Afghanistan are beaten, abused, and murdered in honor killings? If criticism of Israel was actually about social injustice or human rights, we should expect to see similar or greater criticism of the world's worst human rights offenders. But that is not what this is about. It is pure, vile, old school anti-Semitism now repackaged in a new form. The hypocrisy is overwhelming. And except for the Algemeiner and a few other news outlets, you won't read about it. The media sometimes notices anti-Semitism when it serves a political agenda, like pointing out white supremacy, but will overlook it and downplay it when it doesn't, like when it comes from the left. Do you know that none of you are welcome in the Black Lives Matter or women's rights movement if you're a Zionist? I want you to remember that the slogan chanted by Gigi Hadid, a famous Palestinian-American model with 70 million Instagram followers, is, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free." That means no Jews. They're not calling for two states, but for the destruction and genocide of the Jewish state. We cannot accept this and go about our busy lives. Why is it that we speak out against racism, bigotry, and hate against all groups except our own? Why do we tolerate hate against Jews that we would never tolerate against any other minority? We must educate ourselves and our children about Israel. Colleges have become indoctrination centers where for $78,000 a year, they are teaching your children to hate themselves, their identity, and their culture. Please stop donating to these schools without knowing where your money is going. Please speak up at board meetings and parties when others unfairly criticize Israel. Please do not allow your schools to have speakers, teachers, and curriculum that attack Israel. Please vote for candidates who openly and loudly support the state of Israel and not based on a previous political affiliation. Please take pride in your Jewishness and your heritage, because if we do not respect it, how can we ask anybody else to? Please join me in speaking out against anti-Semitism loudly and often. Silence only emboldens haters. Thank you to the Algemeiner for giving me this opportunity, and thank you all very much for coming. I really appreciate it.